Well, we're here with Navy senior safety and one of the defensive captains, Kevin Brennan. Recently underwent surgery. His season's over. It's a bitter pill to swallow. How do you take it?
Yeah, it's definitely really tough, really emotional, honestly. So I knew kind of a couple weeks ago that I was going to be in tough shape, and so we scheduled the surgery and kind of just took it day by day, and it didn't get much better, honestly. So yeah, it's definitely not where I pictured I would be if you asked me a year ago. But it is what it is, and I'm just helping where I can still.
I'm sure you were pushing it and hoping that your prognosis would improve. I mean, I don't think you probably going to play with a half an arm if you had to.
Yeah. I mean, I played through injury before. Unfortunately, the CAT scan and MRI and all that kind of showed that it was pretty serious. So I ended up having to get the surgery, and it was definitely more serious than the ones I had before. So it is what it is. Can't really control it. I think that's something I've learned here. Just control what I can control, and this one was kind of out of my control. So I'm still doing what I can to help out.
How exactly did the injury happen?
Against SMU, I went in for a tackle. My shoulder just totally dislocated, so I had to pop it.
I remember you did, but you stayed in the game.
Yeah, I had to pop it back in while I was on the ground, and I finished the game, and I knew something was kind of up. After the game, they tried to test me out in my range of motion. It popped out again. So
right.
Yeah, it wasn't a great deal. I couldn't really move my arm for a while, but we had a bye week, or no, we had Memphis that week, so I knew I would be out of shape for that one. But the MRI and all that came back, and it didn't look too good.
So obviously I was talking to Chancellor Warren about this, and he said I don't know how he and Mitch and Marcel, because I don't even know what I would do in their position. I couldn't imagine not being able to play in senior day at Army Navy. How do you keep yourself positive?
I think being around the guys, honestly. When I start to get in my own head, I know that's something that kind of gets me down a little bit, honestly. But just like I've gotten through this place with the guys around me, that's how I'm getting through this. So still going to meetings, still being around the guys. It definitely helps. Mitch is my best friend probably, and he's going through the same thing I'm going through right now. And we played safety together and had a lot of big plans for this season. So it's a blessing in disguise to have him. It stinks that his season was cut short too, but. It's all about the people. So just having the guys that I love and love me to kind of support me is huge.
So Coach Newberry mentioned that you were in the meeting the other day taking notes, and it's like, why are you doing that? You could just come out here and be assistant coach, giving advice to guys, but why are you going the extra mile to even get that far involved when you're not going to be playing?
I mean, selfishly, it's a little bit for myself. I love football, and I do anything to obviously play. So. Kind of just having that semblance for the last couple of weeks that I can, but also I know on game day, we have Rayon playing as a freshman and Gibby who's a sophomore, and I know that if I were in their position as a young guy and there was an older guy that could help, I would want to help him. So just as a captain too, I feel it's kind of a duty of mine. And I owe it to the brotherhood. It's done so much for me, just to help out in any form or fashion I can. And if that means going to meetings, even though I'm not going to be able to produce it on the field, then that's what it is.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, of course.
One more question for you. Mitch West, a lot of people had 6s on their arms earlier in the season. The past 2 games, they've had 7s.
Mm-hmm.
Just what does it mean that your teammates are recognizing you, and even though you're not out there, you're kind of still out there on game day?
Yeah, it's a huge deal to me. Just the fact that they would do that and put 7s on their arms and try to, I guess emulate me on the field in some form. It's a huge deal, and it's honestly an honor just to have the young guys do that, and it just kind of shows they looked up to me in some way, and it's a huge deal.
Thank you.
Well, we're talking to Mike Salisbury, who's a wide receiver for the Navy football team, and Mike, I wanted to talk to a couple seniors who, things didn't quite work out the way they had hoped, but you're still here. You're hanging in there, still helping out where you can. Kind of tell me why you decided to stick it out, even though you weren't playing, when you could have quit and just focused. I mean, it's a tough place here. You could have focused on academics, military, and getting out of here.
So I came here as a quarterback, and coming here is a dream come true. But getting the opportunity to change positions and be more of a special teams guy throughout the years, just doing whatever's best for the team. And I love special teams, so and that's what the team needed. So.
Well, that's why you played special teams a lot last year, right?
Yes,
Then you got switched to wide receiver. You played a lot of positions. You mentioned you were a quarterback at Naps. Then you got switched to what other positions have you played?
I got recruited I went to Naps as a quarterback, then I went to our position striker, then inside backer last year, which was fun, and then now I'm at wide receiver right now.
So now, Coach, you mentioned that you're helping out with the scout team, showing some leadership, and now you've had some injuries as well. Tell me what's kind of happened with you injury-wise that sets you back, because that's.
Yeah, at the over summer and then coming into to training camp, I kind of messed up my foot a little bit, and it kind of set me back on special teams. But a couple months out, and I'm starting to get back, and hopefully we'll get a rep on special teams coming this weekend.
So what have you been doing to try to contribute while you were hurt and unable to play? Coach indicated that you were trying to show some leadership and help with the younger guys who serve on the offensive scout team.
Oh yeah, just trying to keep everyone locked in, and then I know like young guys coming here getting put on scout team might not be the most glorifying job, but I mean someone's got to do it, and that's what makes the team going to win. So I mean just trying to like keep those guys a positive mindset throughout the week, and yeah.
So obviously, not all the guys make it through here, and the seniors have stayed. They're the ones who have stuck it out for 4 years through thick and thin. What does it mean for you coming to senior day with your 24 remaining brothers on the football team? What does this day mean for you?
I mean, a lot of people come here to be Navy football players, but I mean, a lot of people want to be Navy football players until it's time to do Navy football stuff. So I mean, it's tough, but the guys that made it through, they're tough dudes. So I mean, finishing out with these guys, there's some tough dudes. So I'm proud to play with these guys.
And you'd be proud to walk out on that field with your family members on Saturday and
yes, sir.
For senior day?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks.
All right, cool.
Just one last question for you. In all the preseason writings, they always talked about you being the hardest worker out there. What did it mean having your teammates just think of you in that way?
It means a lot having the teammates think that of me. But really, like when we're doing the off-season conditioning and lifting and stuff, I'm just trying to set the tone, because I know if I'm pushing, we got guys like Chance and Kevin going hard too. So, I mean, really just I'd give everything I got so we can perform on Saturdays. So.
Obviously, when you showed up here as a plebe, you had every intention of being the starting linebacker, just like Diego Fagot. Doesn't work out for everyone. Kind of tell me what your journey's been like.
My journey here, I went to Naps with Diego, like you were talking about. Freshman year and sophomore year, I was on the scout team, and thankfully last year I had an opportunity to play.
Yep.
Actually played in the backup role.
Okay.
At Mike linebacker, and unfortunately for me, like I just been struggling with like injuries and whatnot. Being out all spring ball with some hamstring problems, and then during fall camp, unfortunately had some neck issues. So I was told, maybe my best spot would be to help out with the scout team, and I pretty much said like I'll do whatever you guys want, whatever's best for the team. So
when you're told that, because I mean I know a fear for me, because this is so hard here and there's so much time demands. I would just say, well, you know what, I'll move on and focus on graduating from here. Why continue to show up every day to do this, what you're doing, to help out the scout team?
Yeah, I mean like. A lot of guys I've been like kind of the same situation as you, like transferred or like just stopped playing football in general. But my dad kind of just like instilled in me like if you're gonna do something, you're gonna finish it out. You're not gonna quit. You're just gonna keep working at it, and that's just kind of the lesson I've taken with me my whole time here is like I'm gonna persevere and just stick with it.
So I talked to Diego about you, and he said that in my mind, guys like Mitchell Johns are the heartbeat of this team, the backbone, because everybody has a role, and it's hard to come here and play that role. It's a lot harder than what he has to do getting ready to be a starter, knowing he's going to play on Saturday. But do you, knowing that your teammates, a guy like Diego who's a star, respects you as much as anyone on this team, does that mean a lot?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, that means everything, and that's part of the reason why I keep going is for guys to understand that like you can be in my situation and still have like a really crucial role on the team. And not only like, I mean, you don't have to play to have a crucial, obviously that's really important. But like with like the younger guys who were in the same situation I was in my youngster year where, you're on scout team, you're a little disheartened, but like you just got to stick with it. You just got to persevere. Because I mean, I got an opportunity to play my junior year, and I keep telling those guys, I'm like, hey, like I was in your situation. You just got to keep working at it, and everything will fulfill itself. So
one of the coaches are watching when you're on the scout team to see what your attitude is. If you get a bad attitude and are all down in the mouth, they're going to be like, I don't know that I can count on that guy to be a key player for
Yes,
me
sir.
because look how he responded to adversity.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You kind of talk to the young guys about that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like, I got a lot of kids. There's a lot of the younger guys over there who are, they ask me, like, why I still keep doing it, and I just tell them the same thing. I'm like, if you're going to start something, you're going to finish it. Like, you're not going to quit, and everybody else here is counting on you, and everybody else looks up to you, so.
So can you talk about what Saturday will mean? Because, you toughed it out to the end. You're one of the 25, and that means a lot. Every one of those 25 deserves total respect for being still in a Navy football uniform. There's 29 other guys who are part of your class who are not. Can you talk about how proud you're going to be on Saturday to walk out there with your family?
Yeah, I'm going to be really proud to see my family and, understand that maybe my time here is coming to an end and kind of take all that in, but like especially to be with my brothers who have stuck it out here with me and just be with them on senior day and hopefully celebrate a win.
Just one more follow-up on that. You see the ceremony every year. What's that moment going to be like when your name is called on the PA announcer, the camera's on you, all the fans are looking at you, and you're trying to shine?
I'm just going to take that moment in, celebrate with my family, and try to enjoy it as much as I can and take that memory in. So.